Live from the island of Misfit Toys, it's Super Gamekast 2 with your host, Bronson Fiore.
What is up, everybody? It is a beautiful Sunday morning on December 18th, 2022, and you are listening to Super Gamekast 2. I'm Bronson Fiore, joined by the always awesome and very sick Aaron Reynolds.
That's high energy for this podcast. Holy shit.
Our mod mommy in her best Christmas attire.
No kidding.
The lovely Emily Hulslander.
Well, technically speaking, it's not Christmas specific. It's a holiday sweater.
Oh, okay.
Because there's no Santa hats or reindeers or anything. And speaking of Christmas,
we don't have to be we don't have to be all corporate here. It's okay.
Look, it's just Sasquatch and coffee. Like that's all this sweater is. Speaking of Christmas, I got myself a little something.
Okay. Look at that.
I'm always working Disneyland in style.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
That's cool.
It came yesterday, and I was just like, yay, I'm so happy.
Nice. Amazon finally got me for noise canceling headphones.
There you go.
They finally did it.
Yep.
I got the Bose Be Quiet 45s.
Those are good.
Yeah. So first time having Bose anything. I usually buy Sony or Astro.
Right? Yeah. Weird to hear you not rocking the Astros, but
well,
right.
Astro doesn't have a noise canceling option.
That's kind of crazy.
It's weird. It's very weird. They have a Dolby Atmos option, which is what these are.
Okay.
So yeah. And then like the Sonys are just like they like went back up in price after Black Friday. I was like, dude, I'm not paying $350 for headphones.
Nope.
No, not for ones that are like going to be on airplanes and shit with me.
Right. Yeah.
And
rounding out the group, our own HR representative.
Yes, the HR ninja, Jesse Pewitt.
Hello. Good morning. Good day.
Good day.
Night. I don't know.
Good day,
whatever time it is, wherever.
Whatever.
Yeah, well, it could be noon, could be 2 a.m. Someone could be listening to this podcast blackout drunk at 8 a.m.
Absolutely.
More power to you.
Yep. There are people.
Much, yeah.
We have the statistics. There are people from all over the world that have listened to our podcast a number of times. So who knows what's going on?
Exactly.
We have one person that's listening like smack dab in the middle of Moscow, and I'm just imagining like Putin.
Oh my god.
Hi to the Moscow person. God. Anyway.
Yep. Hi, Moscow guy or girl or they.
What a day. What a day. It's a beautiful day outside.
Emily, by the way, your holiday shirt comment reminded me of an interaction at work where we were in a team meeting, and they're like, my boss's boss, like, okay, we're gonna be doing Secret Santa, and my boss is like, remember, you gotta say holiday gift exchange, and she's just like, and remember, and she's just like, oh, shut up. It's Secret Santa.
Fuck off.
And then he's just like, see, this is why she's going to get taken into HR.
Look, Santa was not created, but is popular today due to the influence of capitalism. So clearly the correct move is to move Santa into doing Hanukkah services and Kwanzaa services. Santa serves all of these people.
Needs to diversify.
Really, like honestly, it's the right business move.
and that is this week's podcast title: Santa needs to diversify.
Look, he's all about holly jolly holidays now.
Fair, yes.
He'll take a Merry Christmas, but he'll also take a Hanukkah too. He's fine. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
and then now
Hanukkah catchphrase, right? And is Happy Merry Christmas Hanukkah Kwanzaa. So you cover all of the bases.
He's got
Happy Yule.
All these elves caught on to this talk about unionizing. He's got to pay these fair wages. It's just damn.
So hey, we are. Let's talk about the happy thing that. Excuse me. That is news.
Yeah.
The news, games industry news can be happy.
It can be happy. Is there a lot of happy this week?
It is.
Often it's just like game industry news can be happy. Often it is not.
Often it is not.
Jesus fucking Christ.
This one I have
Oh,
mixed
God.
feelings about.
Yeah, this one is a kind of a bummer because, like, if you've ever read anything about this dude, he's probably the smartest man on the planet. He chooses to make video games and rockets,
This man is the reason Doom exists.
Yes.
and then like Quake and like
Lighting,
yeah, like this dude's
All the
fucking
goods.
all the good stuff.
Yeah.
This is him.
like was it binary space partitioning? I think that was John Carmack
Is
who
that what
did
it's
that
called?
shit.
Okay.
Well, no, that's where like the game is only loading the assets you are using.
Mm.
So,
Which is
like,
essential for a video game of a huge size.
Yeah, so basically, like, Doom couldn't run on computers of the day,
Hmm.
like, realistically, like, the way they did them at the time. So, like, what he did is that the game only loads what you're looking at.
Which is huge.
Yeah, there's a whole video on it I can send you guys, but that's
Anyway,
the long and
the
short
news
of it.
story for today.
Is, John Carmack is leaving Meta and says, quote, "This is the end of my decade in VR." John Carmack,
Decade?
yeah,
he was there with
shit.
Oculus.
Oh God.
yeah, VR's
Old.
been
Yeah, I know.
fucking Jesus. This is why this podcast is like should just be called Boomer Gamers.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
All right, so the John Carmack, the programmer and co-founder of id Software, known for working on Wolfenstein, Quake, Doom, said he's stepping down from Meta. He joined Oculus in 2013 as chief technical officer before the company was acquired by Meta, then known as Facebook.
Mhm.
He would then reduce his role in the company just 5 years later with a new consulting CTO role to focus on his new startup, Keen Technologies. That has to be that's a reference to Commander Keen, another game he
Yep.
made.
Has
Yes.
to be.
We have a ridiculous amount of people and resources, but constantly self-sabotage and squander effort. Carmack
Ugh.
said in a Facebook post detailing the reason for resigning from his position at Meta. There's no way to sugarcoat this. I think our organization is operating at half the effectiveness that would make me happy. Based on Carmack's posts and tweets, he seemed unhappy with the way things are currently going at Meta, noting in one tweet that he had been pretty frustrated with how things get done at Facebook and Meta, a company burning cash into its Reality Labs division as it prioritized making software in VR headsets designed for the metaverse in mind. Even before his departure, Carmack voiced his displeasure about the current direction Meta is going in. Most recently, in October, following the Meta Connect event, he noted there is a bunch that he's grumpy about. Regarding the current Meta VR outings, he expressed frustrations with things as Quest 2, which he felt did not provide a good user experience due to its frequent updates. Fucking right. And not being a fan of the company's latest and expensive headset, the Quest Pro.
Mm-hmm.
Which, yes, if you're, the Quest Pro, if you're going to buy one of those for $1,500, just go buy a fucking Index.
Right. Yeah.
But, yeah, that's, yeah, I get it. I get it. Like, that this is the thing that I feel a lot of people who are in this position deal with, which is working for a giant mega corporation sucks.
Yep.
It sucks, but it's in many ways essential because of the money that comes along with it, or the benefits, or just it's what's available in your area. And like, especially for someone like John Carmack, who, if you've ever read about the guy, all this dude wants to do is sit in a room and code.
Mm-hmm.
That's all he wants to do.
Yeah.
Code and lab. That's it.
Well, this is a really frustrating thing because this is one of the greatest minds in the gaming space and pushing technology forward, and he's been working on VR stuff, and it really says a lot about Meta's dysfunction and inability to prioritize properly, that he's just like, look, I can't get any cool stuff done. We're sitting here trying to make a headset that makes meetings in the virtual space, and it's like, no one wants to do that. And then by concentrating on that, we do not make our usability as a headset any better. And that's a problem. Like, we need people to adopt these things and actually use them. before we get anything else done. And if we don't make the user experience any better, then what are we doing?
Yeah, no, exactly. And we've been saying about this about VR for fucking ever.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like we've been saying that like the experience on this sucks. It's bad. It's not a good thing. You know, like the fact that you can hook it up wireless, but I'm like 6 feet away from a super nice router and there's lag
Yeah.
or hiccups. You know, like there's the fact that okay, then you hook it up wired and it has compatibility issues, or it shits a chicken trying to update, and every time you turn the fucker on, it needs an update. Oh, you didn't play it for like a week or two. Battery's dead. Sucks to be you. And we're gonna hike the price on it as well because we're not just gonna make money on the software like a console manufacturer. Fuck that.
Right.
Yeah, and like, you know, at the end of the day, you need good ass software to drive the hardware, and like Facebook obviously doesn't under fucking stand that what they're doing is not, you know, is not interesting. Like they're trying to force this shit and it's not interesting.
Right.
Yeah. So
VR is in this moment right now where they need to figure out a lot of usability issues, and that's far more important than a lot of anything else that they're trying to do to make this. They're like trying to get apps for various companies to get on their VR headset, but that's like jumping a few spaces ahead of let's make this something that is good and easy to use so that it can be a good experience for whatever you end up using it for. And it's just they are it's really bad. And they don't have the right priorities in mind, and it shows. And so what did I read? Carmack's going to like an AI thing now?
Yeah, he's part of an AI startup.
Which
him and some people from MIT, and yeah, he says, you know, like that's
good for the AI world, you know.
Yeah, you know, you're getting a fucking great mind, and there were plenty of conversations this week about OpenAI's GPT-3, where it's like writing code that would take a person like days in like an hour.
You can write YouTube scripts with it. You can write songs with it. Like there's all sorts of stuff you can do with it.
Man.
Yep.
And then there's like all the AI like filters for photos and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like out of nowhere within the last 2 weeks, AI has like suddenly hit the mainstream and everybody is talking about it and using it.
Yeah, well, because it's starting to filter into our daily lives with the fucking face filters and like the coding for you shit. Like there's one that like you type what you need for an Excel like Stella sent me this. It's more of a bot than an AI, but still like you type what you need into an Excel sheet or you type what you need in this program, and the AI gives you the Excel code.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
I started using that at work this week. Yeah.
Can you send me the link to that, please?
Insane.
Do me a favor, DM me the link for that, boy.
Yeah, I'll do it right now. But it's crazy, like just what is going on in the world of AI. Like I used to think that like, I work in HR, that can't be automated.
No, like
for the company's purposes, nah.
No, Stella's like learning Power Platform, and she's like, "Bro, I'm already trying to automate at least half my job, like, and my like, you know." And I was like, "Yeah, they can probably automate our jobs." And it's just like, well, like I've been learning about Power Platform, and with Azure Cognitive Services, like it can already read and understand documents. And I'm like, then how the fuck do I have a job still? Like, if it can read and interpret the documents, that means it definitely can enter them because we've made macros to do that.
Right.
How the fuck do we still have work other than emailing back the partners? Like, what? Okay, yeah, no. So, this is a bad sign for VR, and maybe the only thing that really gives me hope for VR is Sony throwing money at it But
Right.
that. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just agreeing with you that there's the only saving grace right now is Sony.
Right, because and even them, like, okay, $550 for a headset if you already own the console kind of sucks, but not the worst thing in the world. But if they get but as always, it's software at the end of the day that's going to drive this shit. And if they put out a just fucking amazing, just absolutely amazing set of games for it, people are going to buy it. Like, I know gamers, they'll make that shit happen. But like, until that happens, this is not good. For the VR space, like Iron Man VR was not a hit last year. Among Us VR could be cool, but like, who's gonna like? Okay, so Stella loves that game, and I talked to her a good amount about it, and I actually bought it to try it with her, and she wants me to see if I can get like a good posse, because she said it's at its most fun with 10 people.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
So if any of y'all want to play Among Us sometime on stream, we should do that. Anyway, but anyway, so it's most fun with 10 people. I'm trying to think about like convincing 10 fucking people to sit in with a VR headset on to play Among Us.
Yep.
I don't think it's too different from like trying to get 20 people to raid, right?
No, it's harder because people are already playing the video game for the raid. You don't have to buy extra hardware for that shit.
Yeah, you would need people that already have it.
Yeah, and like I think out of like, we all have VR headsets except M, right?
I have. Yep, I've got a Quest 2.
Yeah, I got a Quest 2 also. So, but like, most people I know don't. Like, I know Stella doesn't. I know Parker doesn't. I know Quinn has one because his ex-girlfriend gave him one when they were dating. But he wouldn't buy one, and he's barely used it.
Right.
Like, just most people I personally know, like, just don't have one, or like want to pay the money for it, or they have one and they haven't fucking used it in forever.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
and it's there just need to be more games coming out, to good quality games, more good quality games coming out on VR, and the support, it just isn't there right now. So
no.
You need developers who are making like Half-Life Alyx like experiences, and that's just not happening right now. So until that starts happening, I don't know.
John Carmack, I want you to make video games again.
Please.
He just got out.
Please.
Yeah. It would be nice.
Well, as you all know, when you try to get out, they just pull you back in.
That's true.
That's right. That's right.
Similar to Blizzard's Chris Metzen.
Oh, Lord. Oh,
so
my.
the fine primary writer and creative lead on Warcraft 1 through 3 and StarCraft and Diablo and all the World of Warcrafts up until Legion was until Legion was Chris Metzen. And so that's a pretty good track record. And he left at the end of Legion and went to go retire and run a board game company. And that went pretty well. But for whatever reason, he's back at Blizzard now. In a post, John Haidt, general manager of Warcraft, says, "It is with great joy I announce Chris Metzen, in all caps, has joined the Warcraft leadership team as a creative advisor. Chris's focus initially will be on World of Warcraft, then he'll expand to other projects across the growing franchise. Chris was one of the original team members working on the Warcraft universe back in 1994, and we are so happy to be reuniting with him and the world he helped create." So, yeah.
That's a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is the voice of Thrall. He was the creator of Soldier 76. And he had a 23-year career with the company, and he was not one of the people that was involved in the bullshit last year.
Right.
And Yep. No comments directly for him or from him about this.
Okay.
You know, but yeah, good sign. Good sign. I that just let me tell you, Blizzard has been getting all W's the past 3 months, and I'm so concerned. Like I was just like, all right, when are they gonna fuck it up, boys?
Right.
When's
Yeah.
it gonna happen? Dragonflight is awesome. Like I had last night, Jarek and I were running keys, had a fucking blast. Like I ran keys with Anthony, Link, and Jerica on Thursday. Also a fucking blast. It is the most fun I've had with World of Warcraft since Legion.
Nice.
We'll talk about more of that during the what we've been playing section. But man, yeah, and this is such a good sign. Chris is a really good writer. Like, and that's obvious. Like, if you've played Warcraft 3, like, just
Except for the whole Thrall Jesus thing, but
yeah, that was him. Yeah, but man, if you were like, I get it because he was going through a weird phase in life. Like, if you did. He did like a 4-hour interview about his career on the Instance like a year or two ago, and like, yeah, you kind of get the understanding of why that happened.
Hmm.
And to be fair, even that wasn't awful. It was definitely not nearly as bad as Shadowlands or some of the stuff in BFA. Also, but yeah, and he's the voice of Thrall. Who doesn't love Thrall?
a lot of people apparently.
Really? Do people?
It's because he's Orc Jesus. He's always the savior.
Well, except like he hasn't been for a while.
Well, not lately because Metzen's gone, right?
Well, well, no, because he wasn't really around in Miss, and then in Warlords he like kind of just murders the fuck out of Garrosh and then fucks off, and then in Legion he gives the shamans their special super weapon, and then fucks off again.
Hmm.
And in BFA he helps with the rebellion, and now he's the Orc leader again in the Horde Council. So like he hasn't been like a big focus for a while. Oh, Shadowlands he also like met his mom in the afterlife. That was a touching scene. That was cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
But
I guess a lot of people don't like him because of the center stage he takes.
Well, yeah, and like he was like the star of Cataclysm. Like he got 2 fucking books, or he was a big part of one book and then got a book. And then fucking got like this and was like essentially the main character of Cataclysm, which a lot of people see the start as the downfall. But like, I always like Thrall. I've loved Thrall. He's the only Horde war chief where I don't just roll my eyes and go, God, you suck. All right. Yeah. Hope this is a good sign. Well, Jesse, real quick, because you are a big Warcraft lore guy like myself. Or you have been at least. What's your take on this?
I am cautiously optimistic. I don't know. I'm getting disenfranchised with WoW as a whole. I think I don't think I found a class in Dragonflight that I like yet. But from a lore perspective, I think it's a good sign. I think it's a good sign from a lore perspective. I don't know. I feel like the higher ups were like, we need somebody to like write this ship because we don't know what we're doing with lore. But I also feel kind of like Chris is like, you guys are fucking it up.
Like my baby.
Take me back. You guys are fucking it up. And it's probably some combination of the two. But I think the lore will be better for this. I just don't know when we're going to see the results of this, because they in that Preach interview they said they were like 2 expansions in advance or whatever, right?
So basically the way I understand it is like with the launch of Dragonflight, they're halfway done with the development of the next one.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
So
when are we really going to see the writing piece like come into play that the players can see? Like, it's great to bring him on now, but when are we going to see the results of that move?
Probably 11.1.
Yeah, that would be my guess. Yeah.
Yeah. And to be fair, they might go back and edit some stuff for the Dragonflight patches.
Sure.
Like I could totally, because they develop the patches relatively in real time.
Right.
So like those I could see him being effect on. But as for like main story, yeah, it's gonna be at least the next expansion. But like that said, I don't think Dragonflight story has been bad at all. I enjoyed it.
Well,
I don't.
it's been interesting enough. I just got to the final zone. I'm like, I want to see through the end of the lore at least, but I'm just like not having a great time.
Well, and yeah, you're playing which classes?
I'm playing I've tried Evoker, I've tried Shadow Priest, and I've tried Marksman Hunter.
I've heard Hunter's awesome. Everyone I know who plays fucking Hunter won't shut the fuck up about it.
I don't know. I think, to be honest, and I'm not saying like I'm a great player, but these, like, Evoker has 4 buttons. Hunter has a few buttons. Shadow Priest has a shit ton of buttons, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do.
No, dude, I saw. So I look up different rotations for classes out of curiosity, and like, I looked at Shadow Priest and Arcane Mage, and I'm like, this is literally the second and third most complicated rotation I've ever seen.
Yep.
Like the number one is still Elementalist in Guild Wars 2, but like, holy fuck, like, damn, dude. Yeah, I don't know, because like the classes that I play have been super fun. But we'll get to that and then what we've been playing. Yeah, I think this is a great sign for the company moving forward. I think Dragonflight has been awesome so far. I've been having a great time with it. And we'll see where they go with it, because I have had this. I've had this happen where an expansion will launch and I will think, it's kind of rough, and then love it, like Mists of Pandaria. I will have an expansion launch and love the launch, Shadowlands, and the rest of it is shit.
Yep.
So, it's one of those things where it's these games have a long tail, and you kind of don't know how good the expansion is until you're halfway through it. So that's like 8.2, or the 0.2 patch.
Okay.
All right, moving forward.
Hogwarts
Legacy is delayed on old shit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I've got games to play to kill time until then, so
it's almost like they just need to stop doing this. It's almost like that's what they should be doing. So Hogwarts Legacy will launch on April 4th for PS4 and Xbox One, and July 25th for the Switch. What is the Switch version of that game gonna be? Fuck.
Terrible. It's gonna be terrible.
But dude, and yeah, like the PS5 version, the 10th of February, and then if you get the version that has early access, February 7th. So, is what it is.
Okay.
Just let I get that there's not a ton of these new consoles out, but there's enough to where you can make money, and they're getting easier to get. Like, I'm pretty sure I can still get a PS5 directly from PlayStation. They keep fucking emailing me about it. That's for damn sure.
Yep, I keep getting emails about it. Like, hey, you should buy another PS5. I'm like, why?
I'm just like, I've already bought 3, but thank you. Not for me, everyone.
Yeah.
Like,
one for every room in the house, including the bathroom.
Exactly.
That means I would need bathroom, kitchen, roommate's room, living room, my room. I would need 5 PlayStation 5.
Jesus fuck.
That'd be a lot.
That'd be a lot. I don't even want a second PS5.
Well, yeah.
Maybe down the road, if I have another person living here, that would be something to consider. Yeah, you can straight up just buy any PS5 except the digital one right now.
Okay.
On the PlayStation Direct website. Like, you can just get the console, not even a bundle. $500.
Nice.
So I got a bunch of games on sale too. Get a hard copy of that Death Stranding Director's Cut for $20.
Hell yeah.
That's right.
I don't. My stance on this is they just did cancel the old gen versions and put time and money into the new thing.
I think that's what's going to happen. I think they'll cancel it as they get closer to that date.
You think?
I think we're too close.
Yeah,
it
feels like we've gotten so close now. I could see them being like, Switch just isn't happening. Just from what clips I've seen of that game, I would be shocked if that was playable on Switch without looking like a polygonal mess.
Looking like the PS1 Harry Potter game.
Right.
Just Hagrid's face is just painted to a model.
To be fair, though,
that might be worth buying.
That's the thing. See, if they actually went all in on that and got like people who really like making PlayStation 1 graphics, if you just said, hey, we're making this game, but it's all PS1 graphics, people would buy that.
Oh yeah, people bought that fucking Bloodborne PlayStation 1 thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is it needs to stop, and it's finally stopping next year. Suicide Squad is only the new stuff. Fucking Spider-Man is only the new stuff.
Jedi Survivor is next gen exclusive.
Yep,
Okay.
That's another one. Good, fucking good. Finally. Just Jesus fucking Christ. Like, I get that stuff got delayed due to the pandemic, but like there's no reason they should be a PS4 version of Resident Evil 4. There's no reason for that. Why'd you do it?
Money.
Why? Well, especially because, like, and I get that you can get impressive results, but think how much better the PS5 results can be if you didn't have to have your lowest spec target be shit.
Yeah.
Think about it. Think about how awesome it could be.
What is that breaking point? What is that point, money wise, when it just isn't worth it to?
Well, yeah. Then you think all the time and money it's taken to make that port happen.
Right.
Like, holy fuck.
You start looking at this, like the amount of energy that is going into putting out just these older consoles. Yeah, just we'll see. Yeah, but it seems like the change is happening, and this illustrates why, right here.
Yeah, and man, think about in like a year the kind of shit we'll be getting in 2024 when people finally are fully utilizing them.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus fucking Christ! Like that's like I got a taste from Ratchet and Clank and Demon Souls, and I'm like, come on, fuckers, do it, pull the trigger.
Let's see some incredible looking games.
Oh lordy.
All right. Well,
yep.
That's that.
Yep. How many PS5s need to be in the fucking wild to make it happen?
I don't know. What's the number now?
It's a good question.
Let's take a look. Huh?
Over 25 million.
Okay.
As of November.
Okay.
Jeez.
That's that should be enough, man. All right. So Tesla includes a new update where you can play Steam games on your fucking Tesla. They've made
That's all I gotta say. It's just what the shit.
Yeah.
So are you a console guy, a PC guy, or a Tesla guy? So,
Tesla Master Race.
Yep.
That's right.
Jesse, are you gonna move all your gaming to Tesla?
Yes, absolutely. I will sit in my car that I don't own all day.
Well, how much is a payment on a Tesla these days? Like $500?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, because when I was making really good money, I briefly thought about it. And then I was like, wait, I live in an area that's cold.
Yeah,
their cheap one is the Model S, right? That's a cheap one? No, that's an expensive one, I think.
Yeah, it's the Model Y, I think.
I thought it was the Model 3, I want to say. But
maybe it is the Model 3.
All right, hold on.
These are good names. These are good names that aren't confusing at all.
At all, yeah.
Yeah. I stand by the statement Joe and I said years ago where it was just you just call. Wow, the price on these fuckers went up.
I bet.
Yeah, they used to be like $39,000. Now they're like fucking 46.
Oof.
All right, let's see what's the cheapest you can get a fucking Tesla that has these features in it. All right, does it call out a model? Oh, it's only Model S and X that have this.
Yep.
So it's you're already looking at fucking dear God.
Yep.
This is already gonna be dumb. Oh my God, that's $115,000 car.
Yep.
What? All right, I'm gonna find the cheapest one.
Jesus.
$105,000 car. You'd be paying $1,600 a month.
Play your Steam games.
I'm good.
Yep. No thanks.
I'm good.
Let's see.
Hold on. Let me look at the Model X. Maybe it's cheaper. No, it's way more expensive.
Cool. Great.
$2,200 a month to play Steam games in your fucking car. Oh fuck.
Whatever, man. There's ways to hook that shit up on your own for far less.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Part
got
of
a for road trips. My wife bought a portable monitor that hooks onto the back of a chair. It plays in 1080p.
There you go.
And just hook whatever, like your Switch, your Steam
Laptop.
Deck, your laptop, whatever you want to it, and play it in the back of the car. Like,
There you go.
done.
There you go.
Don't need this nonsense.
But yes, it is part of their holiday update for new Model S and X owners because it's the Plaid models released last year, which utilize AMD RDNA 2 GPUs in their infotainment system. Tesla system is also compatible with wireless controllers and Bluetooth controllers, having the ability to boot up your favorite PC game from a Tesla.
If
Yeah.
you're in the market for a Bluetooth controller, might I recommend an 8-Bit Pro?
Yeah.
Yes.
Throwing it out there. If any of you have a Tesla and are looking to buy a Bluetooth controller,
Tesla wasn't entirely clear in its Twitter thread about boundaries surrounding when owners can actually play video games in their vehicles, but they expect they'll only be operable when the vehicle is parked. Still, the company came under fire last year for allowing games to be played in moving vehicles. Eventually, Tesla issued an over-the-air update to lock the function. Presumably, that lock remains in place, keeping drivers and passengers alike from engaging distracted driving.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
Alrighty, so there's that.
That's the thing.
Moving. Yep. I just thought it was funny and weird, so there you go.
It is.
Another funny and weird thing is fucking Crisis Core Reunion, the super high-res version of that wonderful PSP game that's probably the best Final Fantasy game in the past 15 years.
it's been getting some good reviews on like everything.
Yeah,
So.
it's because it's a great fucking game. It's like I said, not counting 14, it is literally the best Final Fantasy after 10. Yeah, like they straight up, if there's this mansion with these portraits, and you would look at the portraits, and they have a Getty Images watermark on them.
I thought this
you're
was
supposed
hilarious
to
as
crop
shit.
those out.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Yeah, like the fuck, guys.
That's
Come on.
amazing. Now, there was another news story this week where apparently that Rick and Morty guys game used AI.
Oh, High on Life.
Yes, on High on Life used AI art, which has some ethical issues of using a product that steals other people's work without their permission to create AI stuff. And this, I support this. Just take from Getty. Fuck Getty. You'll probably get sued, but you know what?
Right?
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
We need a painting in this Crisis Core game. Whatever. Throw it in there.
No one noticed in the PSP because it was so small, probably.
Right, yeah.
And the
That shit on
graphics.
TVs now, man.
Whoops.
Uh,
That'd be really amazing if they started just remaking a bunch of PSP games and just Getty Images is just over everything.
Yeah, like Square Enix just had this bad habit. They had something similar happen in Kingdom Hearts not that long ago, too.
Really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Funny. It's funny. It's super fucking funny.
God damn it.
Okay, so yeah, that was a funny thing. All right, last story.
Yeah.
Last news story.
Last news story, which we did not include on our docket in the video version, but hey, it's here.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's fine.
We're trying to make a quicker, lighter,
Yes.
more lethal show.
Podcast show.
Yep. Microsoft refers to the lack of Activision Blizzard or the lack of Xbox exclusives as why the ActiBliz deal should be approved. The FTC's case is really based on a market that identified what they say two companies and two products, Sony and Microsoft. So the administrative law judge is going to have to decide whether going from 59 to 60 is such a danger to competition that he should stop this from moving forward. Then he also pointed out PlayStation has 286 exclusive games compared to Xbox's 59. So, yeah.
I mean, that's... I don't think that's a terrible argument.
I also think that they have said multiple fucking times that they have no intention of making this shit exclusive.
But who can trust their word? I'm sorry.
Yeah, right. You can say that. You can say
You
that
can
as
say
much
that
as you
all you
want, and
want.
then turn around and do it.
Yeah.
Well, yes, absolutely. It is Microsoft, and they're a bunch of motherfuckers. But like,
Sorry, Mom.
Does your mom watch this?
She does.
Wow.
Hi.
Hi, mom. Oh lordy.
Yeah. I do think it's funny that Xbox just came out and said it. Like,
Yeah.
we all knew this was the reason, but no one was just saying it directly. And here it is. It's like, we can't put fucking games out. We can't. We're not great at it. I don't know what's going on. So we're gonna buy some studios to get some games out.
I just think, like, and this is coming from a completely different side of the fucking company, mind you, but like, I just think Microsoft's structure is not built for conducive, like, making games. And the only reason, like, the good games used to come out, like, on the original Xbox and 360 is because, like, good people were just like said, no, you don't touch this. Corporate jackass. No, fuck off.
Yep.
And like, and I think Phil Spencer is trying to do that, but maybe the powers that be just make it harder than it was in the past. But yeah, man.
So this revolves entirely around Call of Duty, right? Like, this isn't...
There's
nothing else.
Yeah, like, look, there are other stuff on there that is really, really fucking big. Absolutely.
Sure.
Like getting, there's plenty of stuff on there that's just like Diablo's huge, Warcraft's huge, Crash Bandicoot's pretty big. Like yeah. But at the end of the day, it's what is the best selling game every year? COD.
Yeah.
And if to make this fucking deal go through, look, Microsoft's gonna get this deal to fucking happen.
With concessions or none, we'll see.
Yeah, but they're gonna make it happen, and if that concession is we got to put Call of Duty on PlayStation day and date for a very long time, they're gonna do it.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because they don't give a shit about that, because they're going to be like, well, why would you get a PlayStation if you want to play COD? Because on our version you're getting the DLC first, or you're getting it for free, in quotes, via Game Pass.
Right.
Like, there's no there's no fucking way around that. Like it's just is what it is. I don't know, man. I personally don't think the deal is that like I think the deal is huge, but on the other hand, it's also like, well, knowing the way Microsoft functions, if it doesn't go through by some miracle, they're just gonna shrug and go, all right, cool, we're gonna go buy a million other things. So there you go.
Pretty much. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine this will go through in some form or fashion, but
yeah. And and it's will it be good for Microsoft? Yes. Will it be good for the games industry as a whole? Probably not.
I mean, yeah, this is a big step in a long range of steps across multiple groups to buy up people who make video games, and that is a problem.
Yep.
When does that get broken up? Who knows?
Yeah, and like I've been more interested in indie games recently. Like I'm super excited for Tree Pang 2 and Sea of Stars and a bunch of other games.
It's a great time to be into games that aren't part of these giant gaming companies as well. So
Yes, absolutely. 110%. Yeah, and we'll see how it goes.
yeah, more we will continue to follow this story.
Yes. All right. So hey guys, we
Hey,
played video games this week.
did we?
Yep.
I did at least.
Damn.
I did.
I finished God of War.
God of
I
War.
finished it. It's spectacular. That game is that game. It tugs at your heartstrings. The combat is spectacular. If you're playing it in 4K on PS5, it's probably the best fucking looking game of the year. It just yeah. The soundtrack is awesome. I've been listening to it in my downtime. Yeah, it's just nothing but wins. That game is. This is my big. These are so. I'm gonna do minor spoiler here. You play a couple of small sections of the game as Atreus. I think one of those goes on way too long. Like way too long. Like the first time you play as him, it feels like forever.
Oh, when you
Yeah, you go to that one of the 9 realms as him. Yeah.
when you get back to Midgard as Atreus, then you find Freya. I think that's that first
no.
one.
No, or sorry, no, the second one then.
Okay, the second one. Yeah, that second part did run a little long.
It's so fucking long, and it drags, and I'm just like, I don't care. And like his combat is good, but it's not nearly as good as Kratos. And like it's a nice change of pace. And it's cool to see him grow as a character, but like it's not what I feel like I'm here for.
I do have a question for you. What did you
Yes.
think about channeling Atreus's rage?
That was fine. Like
Yeah.
that, it was same mechanic, different visuals, essentially.
Fair.
Like, I'm gonna get big mad, but instead of being like a berserker rage Kratos, I turn into a bear or a wolf.
Yeah.
So like it's a giant bear or wolf, mind you, but still. There are a couple of fun. The game has some really cool set pieces. I do feel that the ending, like Ragnarok proper, is a little rushed. And so that's kind of a complaint I have, is just like this could be a little faster. So yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's a better, more refined version of that first game. Side quests are great. They flesh out the world in a very interesting way. Like getting to hear all the context of the fucked up shit Odin did in all the 9 realms.
Yeah.
And people trying to who assisted him trying to atone for that shit. So yeah, it was very cool. It's definitely one of my front runners for my game of the year. For sure. 100%.
Okay.
Good. Good.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was that, and then I played a whole fuck ton of World of Warcraft.
Of course.
And I absolutely love Endgame for this. It is like literally nothing is a requirement except for gearing. There's no conduits, no soul binds, no extra bullshit you need to do. You just run the dungeons, you get the gear to run harder dungeons or the raid.
Well,
It's
shit.
awesome. Great. Perfect. Blizzard, good job. I haven't gotten into the raid yet. I'm hoping to do it tonight after my Azure exams. Yeah, that's another thing where it looks... that thing does look cool, though. I've been watching the World First race.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's just the classes I picked, Jesse, but Warrior and Mage are fun as fuck. They are super fun. Like, Warrior, I am never not pressing a button. And I have like 7 buttons to 8 buttons to press, along with my, random one-off buttons.
Right.
Like,
that does sound, yeah. Like a lot of people are saying that this is probably the best a lot of their classes have ever felt.
this is definitely the best Prot Warriors felt since Wrath.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe WoD, because I definitely feel like I'm just playing Gladiator spec, even though it doesn't exist anymore. Yeah. Like I think that most of the classes feel really good. I've been, I've heard from David that Druid feels super fun. Everyone I know who rolls a hunt, you're the only person I know who plays Hunter who isn't like, this is super fun. Holy shit. That said, a lot of them are playing Survival, to be fair.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about Survival.
I love the fact that you can just change spec anywhere except during a Mythic or PvP. Like, so you can just be like, oh man, all right, this raid encounter or this thing requires me to be this. Bloop. I'm this. Done, quick, easy, painless, fun. Yeah, the biggest thing that I've heard people complaining about is the way bad luck protection it works in this game. Because in any MMO, that you generally want some level of bad luck protection. Because for gearing, because you don't want to have, because you don't want to have that scenario where you're not getting any gear for, more than a week or two because of the fact that your RNG is just shit. And in the past, their solution to this was badges. Their solution, they had a million different solutions for this.
Mm-hmm.
The solution this time around is the crafted gear. The thing is, though, is to get the really high-end crafted gear, the 382 stuff, you have to farm a lot of this one mat. It is called what is it? Primal Chaos. And realistically, if you want to farm enough of that to make anything that's really like super meaningful, you're gonna be doing a lot of dungeon grinding and just content in general, in all honesty. So and that's kind of where I think a lot of people are upset as far as that's concerned. I don't know. I personally haven't had many issues gearing. I'm not fully epicked out yet. I'm missing a couple of pieces, but I am item level 373, and I'm doing low level mythics just fine. And everything I've heard about the raid is another case of that, where it's you're not gonna have many problems. So,
All right.
what I'm saying is, my friend, is keep with it. So yeah.
Well, cool.
Mm-hmm.
What else do you play?
I think that actually. Oh no, I played a little bit of Hades.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I that Game Awards trailer, and like recently the soundtrack popped onto my Apple Music, and I listened to it. I was like, fuck, I should play some more Hades.
Yeah.
A little Hades, nothing really big to report there, and then yeah, it's kind of it.
Cool.
You know,
All right.
that's everything. I'm going to try and get into Elden Ring over the holiday. We'll see if I succeed.
See if you get there.
Good luck. Good luck.
Yep. Agreed. Speaking of, just at some point earlier this week, I just fired up Elden Ring for an hour because I hate myself, and it went about as well as I expected. And yeah, that's still Elden Ring. In case you thought Elden Ring changed, it has not. That is still Elden Ring.
Fair enough.
And yeah, that was about it. I had plans to do some more Pokemon and things like that, and then I just got sick and couldn't do anything. So I'm afraid I have little beyond that to report.
Okay, fair enough.
Ninja, what did you play?
I played 3 games this week.
All
3
right.
new games this week. The first is High on Life.
Oh,
Okay.
Heard
So
very interesting things about that. Go on.
there's I read a Steam review that I think encapsulates that game very well.
Mm-hmm.
Pro, it's a Justin Roiland game. Con, it's a Justin Roiland game.
yeah.
So if you like that sense of humor, and I know that sense of humor is very hit or miss for a lot of people, if you like that sense of humor, it's a really good game. The guns that talk to you are hilarious. There's a lot of like equipping. There's a lot of back and forth with what the gun says and what you're doing. The people you interact with are pretty funny. There's a lot of like body fluid jokes. So if you're not into body fluid jokes, probably not the game or the sense of humor style for you.
Okay.
But I had a lot of fun with it. My wife watched me play through it, and she thought it was hilarious. So if it's on Game Pass, so if you got Game Pass, it's free.
Nice.
And I encourage folks to give it a shot.
I got it downloaded. That's one that I'm very interested in. But
there's a scene where or there's a section where you're told to wait for an hour for a character to show up.
mm-hmm.
You can do that. I encourage you not to.
Why? What?
Just explore a little bit. Otherwise, you will literally just be sitting there for an hour waiting for this character to show up.
Great.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
Okay.
It's so good. It's such a funny game. I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
Next game I played is called Melatonin, which is a rhythm game. It came out on Thursday. It's about a guy who goes to sleep and is dreaming of all these things, and it's very much in the style of Rhythm Heaven. So if you played Rhythm Heaven on the DS and you enjoyed it, this game is pretty much exactly that.
Cool. All right.
Yeah. Do you gotta? Is there anything as good as that wrestling game from that one where you interview the lucha wrestler?
Oh, right. And you're talking, and then you give it over to him, and then the crowd like erupts. And there are some good mini games in this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, fair enough.
The final thing I played is Chained Echoes.
Don't know what that is. Go on.
It's free. It's also free on Game Pass. I purchased it, but it's free on Game Pass. It's a JRPG, and it's a classic turn-based JRPG made by one guy and a composer.
Wow.
And you can see this in the game, but his primary influences: Final Fantasy VI, Chrono Trigger, Xenogears, all of the Ivalice games. So it's tactics. This isn't a strategy game, but tactics. Final Fantasy 12, the Ivalice stuff from Final Fantasy 14. Xenogears is hugely influential on this game. It's if you like those classic JRPGs, you are going to love this game.
Okay.
Okay.
It is so good, and it kicks off right from the beginning, throws you into the middle of a war. It is just so good. The music is great. The gameplay is tight. It's got the interesting mechanic is this overdrive meter. And the idea is that you're trying to balance like being calm to being like in this rage state where you take more damage, or to being in like this overdrive state, and you're trying to balance this meter as you attack and are attacked. It's a really fun game. It's really good.
Damn.
In fact, I woke up at like 5 o'clock this morning to continue playing. It is so good.
Okay. That is a glowing endorsement.
Yeah.
If
no
you
kidding.
love classic JRPGs, or if you want like that feeling of nostalgia from a classic JRPG, this is the game to play.
Fair.
Nice. It looks good.
Okay.
It's very good.
Okay, cool. All right. That leaves M. What do you got going on?
Let's see. I finished the story for Ratchet and Clank.
Nice.
Ooh,
Finally.
okay. Nice. Shorter game, but very good.
Let's see. I went back into Infamous, as I do.
Of course.
Which one? The first one? Second one?
Second Son.
Okay. Great game.
Nice.
Also.
That's my jam. That's my
Yeah.
shit. And went into Dreamlight Valley to work a little more on my village and all that. So
There
that's
you go.
pretty much it. I don't know if you caught the episode last week, Aaron, but I have 3 new villagers.
Oh, do you?
I do.
All right.
I have Buzz Lightyear of Star Command.
Good.
I have Woody.
Okay.
And I have Stitch.
There you go. All right.
Cute little blue alien who plays the ukulele when you're not talking to him.
Hell yeah.
It's cute.
That's great. Stitch is great.
Stitch is awesome.
Yes.
So yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Nice. Okay. I think that's it for us then.
All right.
Well, then the question left for us is our streaming schedule
It's fucked.
is fucked.
Royally.
Yeah, we're figuring out stuff to do with that. Best we can say is, hey, we'll keep you updated. Best way to keep updated with us is on our Discord, which if you head to our Twitch page, we have a link to the Discord there. That's where we tend to post stuff. Sometimes we try to post our social medias as well. Sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't. Which is why Discord's a safer bet. But hey, we'll try to keep you updated. Our Halo show is delayed for the time being.
Yep.
And so yeah, but we are trying to play games. I know Bronson's trying to play a bunch of games before the end of the year, as am I. Maybe we can turn that into a stream. I don't know. We'll see.
Yes, I don't know when, but
Yep.
but yeah, so this week I'm out of town. Next week I'll probably be able to stream some, and then more holidays.
Yep.
Fuck.
I may try to stream
So-
something, so we'll see.
Yep. All right. Well,
I think that's
that would
it.
be it, ladies and gentlemen. We love y'all. Keeping the Discord, keeping the everywhere, all at once, all the time.
Keep in touch, please. We miss you.
Yes, we miss you. We're lonely.
All right.
Wait,
Oh.
I actually did forget something. World of Warcraft, the world first race is going on.
It sure is.
That is happening, and currently Echo and Liquid are both tied at 6 of 8. Last I checked.
Damn.
So, will they get it cleared before the first week?
Who knows? We'll have to tune in.
This
and
race
find
is
out.
really interesting. This race in particular is really interesting because they released all the difficulties at the same time.
Oh, interesting.
So that way that means like part of the time they're doing the raid, part of the time they're also going back to get gear from the lower difficulties. They're like, fuck, we need more gear.
Right.
It is an interesting take on it, huh?
Yeah, like I was just like, oh, that is fucking brilliant. That's so awesome. So, yep. All right, guys. Well, yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.
Yep. See you later.